YouTube, my brothers, my sisters, Johnny Boombad here. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. If I didn't do bodybuilding, I'd be a 300-pound fat lazy slob. Oh, well, I'm laid off from work, right? So the weather's getting nicer. I mean, I'm not going to go sit outside when it's cold, freeze my ass off if I don't have to. So I've been chilling in the man cave here. Uh, got in a couple workouts at the bullpen gym, my home gym. Getting stronger everywhere. Bulking up, getting stronger, getting bigger. My clothes aren't fitting me anymore. Some of my clothes aren't fitting me anymore. My jean jacket's not fitting me anymore. I mean, I can wear it if I'm just walking around, but like for driving, I can't. It's way too tight on my arms. And always keep an eye on those two veins at the bottom here of your abdominals coming up, as long as I can see those. I know I'm not over bulking, but I mean, it is still like the middle of March, so April, May. Got a while yet, and what I'm really trying to do here, it seems like the more mass I put on, the easier it is to stay lean, because the more mass kind of takes care of the fat all on its own. As you get bigger and get more mass, the fat kind of just dissolves because your new muscle is just gobbling up all the calories you're taking in. But I am at a point where I'm not even really that hungry anymore, simply because I haven't been that active, so I feel bloated sometimes because I guess my digestive system is probably slowed down and I'm not digesting my food as quick. So I'm gonna have to start making my meals smaller, and that's all part of the beginning of the dieting process. Is from going from bulking up to leaning out is making your portion sizes smaller, and lowering the rice, the potatoes, lowering that down, and then upping all my greens. And that alone, over the course of a couple weeks, and then as it gets warmer here over the course of a couple weeks, I'll start getting out in the morning and going for some really good walks, and get some sun on me in the afternoon. I can start getting some sun and working on getting darker and more tanned. And yeah, I've really been having to live on a prayer lately. I've been listening to my audio Bible. Um, throughout a layoff or unemployment, a lot of times men, they, they have a feeling of they lose their sense of purpose because you're not working. And at all costs, I don't want the enemy, the devil, sneaking in and start implanting those kind of thoughts in my head, or thoughts that I'm washed up, or my life is stagnant. I'm never going to do any better than this, or because in all reality, all mental thoughts put aside, my life is just pretty basic. I mean, I'm not going through a horrific time. I'm not being tormented. I'm not under stress. So why create stress by having a bad mindset? If your bills are paid and you got food and you're got all your supplements and you're able to train, then we just really at that point, as a bodybuilder or an athlete, you really just have to be content. And the Bible scripture talks about just being content with the basic necessities of life and just being thankful. Like I was in a rut a few days ago and I was like, depressed and this sucks and then I think that's just coming with being not having a girlfriend and not feeling like loved by anybody, not having that nurturing that a girlfriend can give you, or the compliments that a girlfriend can give you. You get a kind of a little bit of ego boost when you have a girlfriend because you can show off in front of them, stuff like that. But then you've got to think to yourself, do I really need a woman to fuel my ego? Because if I'm in a relationship for that, or I'm in a relationship for the sake of vanity, then I shouldn't be in a relationship. So my thoughts are that if the right one's going to come around, the right relationship is that I have to be right with God. I have to humble myself. I have to be content, and I have to just go back to reality. Like a couple of my videos, past videos the last week here about just basic reality of life, human life, and just once again being content and keep your eye on the goal. Keeping my eye on the prize. Well, I'm a bodybuilder. That's what I love. So I mean, it is a blessing. I'm able to get lots of rest now because God knows I was exhausted. I was telling him I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. I need a break. And I seem to think that, I strongly feel that he knows how much I love bodybuilding, how much it keeps me together mentally and physically. And so he seems to want to keep providing that lifestyle for me. And so I got to, at the end of the day, well, not even at the end of the day, all day, be thankful for that. So going back, I just try not, when you're in a situation where you may have even just an ounce of doubt in your mind, that's when the enemy is going to sneak in and start placing thoughts in your head. So at all costs, I feel it's really 100% necessary to stay right with the Lord in my thoughts, to stay humble in my thoughts, and to stay content and to stay thankful and to keep developing a relationship with Him during this downtime that I have by learning His Word in the audio Bible. I've been listening to, learning His Word and learning who He is. And a lot of times, that's why God puts us in these situations of being alone, because He loves it when we spend time with Him, in our minds and in our hearts, and we acknowledge Him from the minute we wake up to the time we go to bed. He loves that. So with that, I feel very organized, very content. I know what I have, what I don't have. Building's going great. And to top it all off, I'm going to hit buys and tries today at home. So that's going to be fun. I haven't hit buys and tries in a long time, but I know my arms cold are 19 cold. So I'm going to see if I can get them pumped up to 20. And that's one of the nice things about doing buys and tries together is getting that full arm pump. And so I'm going to get that going on here right away. And I did manage to download some music on my phone, so not that I'll use that in my video because I don't think it'll work. But I will have some new music to train to. But I'm not sure I could play the music on my phone while I'm filming a video, that's what I'm saying. Either way, I don't really actually need music while I train. I don't mind just the silence. Yeah, just my little area right here. I got my mirror. I want to get a bigger mirror actually. I want to get like a big mirror just to make my apartment look bigger. And yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I'm on this Mammoth Burn, drinking 2 a day, and I'm hoping it works the same as my clenbuterol Yombi caffeine mix. Because it is a thermal. It is a thermal drink, and so I can actually feel it. And so I'm, even though, like I said, even though I'm on a bulking phase or have been on a bulking phase, just a little tip: if you're on a bulking phase, it is actually seems to be really good to take a thermal, because then you can take in a lot of extra calories without them being converted to fat, because what you're trying to do in a bulking phase is not necessarily add fat. You're trying to get in lots of calories to get an extra muscle growth. So having a thermal in your system will burn up any excess calories that your body's not utilizing, and just help you stay lean in your bulk up. So the journey continues. It's been 3 years now. If you go back to the beginning of my videos, you'll see when my YouTube channel started, and I wasn't as big as I am now, but I have been training since I was 17. And with one thing a lot of people don't know about most bodybuilders is you're not always going to be massive. You're not always going to be ripped. You're not always going to be strong as hell. It's a road journey we got to travel, and sometimes you're lucky enough to keep climbing that ladder for 2-3 years like I've been doing, and keep making continuous gains. Sometimes something happens and you fall off and you lose gains, whatever the case may be. But I started off as a 140-pound teenager. I was skinny. I was lean, but I was skinny, and I started off at 140 pounds. And when I first competed, I was a middleweight. I competed at 178 pounds. Second time I competed about the same, a little more bigger. And then I got into powerlifting throughout my 20s, and I blew right up to 260 pounds. I wouldn't recommend that, and if I had a chance to do it, I don't think I'd do it again, because I was actually really lean, really lean at 230. So I pushed it, and I bulked up too much. So yeah, don't bulk up too much, even as a power lifter. I mean, it is good to get extra bulky as a power lifter, and that's what I did, but I went to the extreme, because I'm an extreme bodybuilder. I mean, I'm by no means have a pro card or Mr. Olympia or anything like that, but I've trained just as hard as any pro has, and I've even surpassed a lot of them that aren't really training too much anymore, and now I'm actually even bigger than some of them. And a lot of the guys I followed are pushing almost 60 years old now. A lot of new guys coming up, which I don't really follow. I don't really know who they are, but a lot of the guys from the area I followed, like Dorian Yates and Sean Ray and Kevin Leroney and Jay Cutler, you know, they're pushing their mid-late 50s, and I'm still only 47, so I feel like, you know, I can really keep making good gains. I've seen a lot of bodybuilders that aren't necessarily pros or, you know, ever competed in Mr. Olympia or anything like that, that even compete in the Masters and just look like crazy freaks at the age of 55, 57, going right up to 60, you know, so you could just keep training and training and training, basically, until the day you die. With bodybuilding, you never have to stop training. A lot of times, it's even if you have injuries or nagging aches and pains, you know, it's better to stay anabolic, which means your body's in a state of positive nitrogen balance. It means it's utilizing proteins to keep your muscle lean. It's better to be in that state as you get older than it is to be in a muscle wasting to where you're catabolic and you get all bony and weak, and then you start, you know, getting weak, and you know, you don't have no muscle to support your joints and your ligaments and that. So bodybuilding and staying strong and fit is something that you can do till the day you die, even if you have some sort of ailment. I think bodybuilding can help anybody that's dealing with any kind of ailment, physical ailment or mental ailment, that bodybuilding, if anything, is going to preserve them. I mean, heck, I even sometimes feel if somebody's even fighting off a cancer or a disease, that if they have it in them to bodybuild, stay anabolic, at least. I mean, this is getting pretty dark, but I mean, if somebody is going down the road that they may die of something, you know, God does create miracles every day, and people have bounced back from things that even doctors didn't think was humanly possible. And bodybuilding could be one of those things that helps you go against all odds. I strongly believe that bodybuilding and the grace of God can help you go against all odds. I hope you're enjoying the videos. It's good spending time with you guys, and please hit the like and subscribe button. I think I got like 74 subscribers after 3 years. It's not really a big deal, I guess. The point of me making these videos is to reach out to people, create friendships, and it's an outlet of expelling myself outwards into something instead of keeping myself inwards and contained. So for anybody who's watching the channel, and if you get whatever you get from it, I hope you get something out of it that's meaningful and that you can utilize in your day or in your life or in your training. And if you are, let me know. Let me know what key points of my video struck you in a way that has helped you out in your bodybuilding or your lifestyle or how you think about things. And I'm going to get into buys and tries here. Peace.